Good afternoon to my fellow Chaverim. Let me start by thanking the Rabbinical Council of America for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share a few short words of Torah. This is an incredible opportunity that the RCA provides each week to learn from, listen to, and hear from Chaverim and share words of Torah with each other. Special thank you to our speaker from last week, Rabbi Yaakov Trump. I love the creativity in the different positions, giving a drasha, sharing words of Torah, and I encourage all of my Chaverim to use similar creativity. And if I may, I'd love to encourage Chaverim to participate, join in, and give these Dvar Torah, because it's a wonderful opportunity to learn from each other, see each other, and really gain from all that the RCA can offer us. So thank you to all. I'd like to share just a very, very brief and short thought related to Parshat Kiteitzei, and perhaps what I consider one of the scariest lessons in parenting that one finds throughout the Torah. Of course, I refer to the Parsha of the Ben Sora Amora. The Parsha of the Torah tells us, Lo haya v'lo yiyeh, thankfully, never will we experience such a case, and never will we see such a child. But the lessons learned and the possibilities are very, very important that we pay attention to, we contemplate, and we think about, so that we can ensure lo haya v'lo yiyeh. And I speak specifically about what it takes for this child to become a Ben Sora Amora. Chazal teach us many, many laws about it. Chazal tell us that it's during the times of adolescence. Child is entering puberty. It's during a short 6-month window in which a child engages in certain behaviors. He begins by stealing from his father. He purchases a certain amount of meat, a certain amount of wine with that money that he stole. The meat and the wine has to be a specific way, in a specific direction. And our rabbis even teach us, of course, that the ultimate judgment for the Ben Sora Amora is not necessarily on what he does right now, but rather what he ultimately and eventually will do. We're of course told that a careful judicial process has to be administered with clear communication to the child. And most significant, and perhaps spoken about most often, parents, both the mother and the father, have to be on the same page. They have to speak with one voice. They have to even have the same appearance, which Chazal speak about them having the same voice. But most significantly, that they're in agreement, and they come to Beit Din, they come to court, and they speak as one, as a united front. And I think when you consider this, our rabbis are teaching us an incredible lesson in parenting in general. Of course, as we mentioned, Lo haya v'lo yiyeh, so why learn about the Parsha Ben Sora Amora at all? And Chazal write, Drosh v'kabel schar. Learn about it and receive reward. Seemingly the reward for limud Torah. The schar for learning, and that's it. But I think perhaps if we truly learn this lesson, the schar is in fact something much greater than that. The cursory and perhaps almost implicit lessons being taught by the Ben Sora Amora teach us how to be careful and deliberate parents. We have to first and foremost recognize that adolescence is an incredibly vulnerable stage for a child. It's a stage in which a child is developing and changing, and it's a stage in which a child needs a tremendous amount of love, care, support. The support has to be emotional support, psychological, it has to be religious support, and it has to demonstrate, or has to come from parents who demonstrate and show their child how much they care about them. Parents have to watch for warning signs of their children. It's not always so easy. We often miss them, and sometimes even when we catch them, it still is not enough. But the warning signs need to show us that something may not be right. Even the smallest amount of at-risk behavior needs to be met with communication, with careful thought, careful deliberation, and discussion with their children. Process has to be fair. There has to be a judicial process of discussion with one's children in which it's deliberative, and the communication is again clear. And most significantly, and I think this idea has been shared many, many times, but it's a powerful message, one cannot underestimate the importance of having both parents on the same page, speaking to one's children with the same voice, and demonstrating and showing that they are together in their analysis and in their judgment. And if a parent learns those lessons, and a parent is truly able to internalize those messages, then maybe the Ben Sorah Morah hopefully remains lo haya v'lo yiyeh on any level. And the drosh v'chabel schar is not a schar of just limud Torah, but it's a schar, it's a reward of exceptional children, wonderful children who give parents great nachas, children who are impressive and who excel and demonstrate great values, and are children that parents can truly be proud of. And we live in a world today in which mental health is extremely, extremely important, in which levels of depression, levels of anxiety have risen and continue to rise year after year after year in adolescents and in children of all ages. And maybe the messages of Ben Sorah Morah go beyond the theoretical and become very practical when we remove some of the ideas from their actual case and broaden them into lessons learned that can perhaps teach us great lessons of parenting that stay with us, hopefully for many, many years to come. Thank you all for listening, and Shabbat Shalom to all.